The Mind Buzz, now partnered with My Grito Industries.
This podcast episode of The Mind Buzz is brought to you by House of Chingazos. House of Chingazos is a Latino-owned online store that speaks to Latino culture and Latino experience. I love House of Chingazos because I like t-shirts that fit great and are comfortable to wear. I wear them on the podcast and to the carne asadas. Click the affiliate link in the show description and use promo code TheMindBuzz. That's TheMindBuzz to receive 10% off your entire purchase. The cash saved will go directly to the Mind Buzz podcast to help us do what we do best, and that's bringing you more Mind Buzz content. Click the link in the show description for more. The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an
existing podcast that you want to take to the next level?
Podcast that you want to take to the next level?
It always gets stuck
Mind
right
Buzz
there.
Media
I gotta
brings
fix
a
that.
professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. This Saturday in the city, the bright, shiny city of Santa Anita at the Santa Anita Racetrack is Michelada Rumble. Brought to you by Super Steve Flores from the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Hosting this Michelada Rumble this year is comedian George Perez. We got Voodoo Glow Skulls of Paranoias come out this Saturday. The Mind Buzz Podcast. One more. Boop. What is up, Mind Buzz Universe? Welcome back to another podcast episode of the Mind Buzz, part of the My Grito Podcast Network. My name is Gil, and welcome back to the podcast. Is Amber working the 2s and 3s behind this screen that you guys can't see? How are you?
I'm good. Why'd you say one more?
One more.
Yeah, at the beginning.
One more podcast.
Oh.
One more day. Another day that we get to live, that we get to breathe.
Are we done or what?
One more that we get to suffer.
Why are you suffering?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying suffering. You know what I mean.
No, I don't. That
Living-
was really. You went from really inspirational to really dark.
Living is pain, in the words of the Meeseeks.
It doesn't have to be.
I know. Pain is existence.
Life is pretty cool sometimes.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's one more. I didn't mean it in a.
Like it's ending.
Yeah, I said like,
Here's another one.
Here's another one for you guys. One
it.
more. You know. So
I just had to clear that up.
you got to clear it
I
up.
was like, "Are we quitting? What's going on?"
No, we're not quitting. We're just getting we're just getting started. 231 episodes. We are just getting started. Okay.
All right.
What do we got going on today?
Today, yeah, you it looks like you're going in like black and white.
Yeah, huh? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. That was kind of weird. What's that movie called?
It's the shirt.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
probably.
it's the shirt.
What's the movie called?
Which
The
one?
Where they go from black and white, and then when they do bad stuff, they go into Pleasantville. There you go. You were Pleasantville-ing. Today we have poetry night tonight.
Yeah.
At Horchateria. Sign-ups start at 7:30 and show begins at 8. So if you want to come out and do some poetry. join
Poetry, spoken word, stories,
us. Mhm.
all that is invited. It's the second time we're doing the Noche de Poesías.
Poesías.
Noche de Poesías.
So come on out. Join us.
Tonight. And then if you give me a couple more minutes, I want to talk about last night's open mic, the Puro Laughs open mic. It is growing. It is awesome. Last night we had 20
signups, and I just want to give a quick shout out to all the stand-up comics that came out and keep coming out. I mean, they're here weekly. So shout out to Gonzo, Jay Holman, Ricky Novea, Wade Whammer, James Jablonski, Derek Mio, Ash Jin, Jason Shepard, Willie MR, Tox, Jesse Soriano, Jimmy Velarde, Nicole Tran, James Flores, Dayron Perez, Debbie Leone, Jake Jones, Don Roy Phillips, JJ Joey, and Yvette Figueroa. So last night was pretty awesome. We started doing the later mic starting at 9 p.m. and doing a hard out at 11 p.m. And I don't know, it's thanks to Jay, Ricky, and James for helping me set up the stage, the lighting, the audio, the lighting the comics during it's not just me, it's a group effort, and I just appreciate everybody that comes out to help me, and then also working on their stand-up. It's awesome. It's a cool thing that we're doing over there, so don't miss out. And in the words of Derek Mio, it's the best mic in Bellflower. Oh yeah, I love that. What else do we got? Saturday is Michelada Rumble. We will be doing on-site interviews there, and then also Amber and I will be judging the micheladas. Are you ready for that, Amber? Are you ready to drink micheladas?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I don't really drink, but I'm gonna, taste
We're gonna have
for
to
the
get.
day. I'm not gonna drink the whole.
I'm gonna have to
michelada.
wheelbarrow you out of the event. I'm gonna have to carry you. I have to get strong before Saturday, so
I'm
I
not
can.
gonna drink it. I'm just gonna swish it in my mouth and spit it out.
Like wine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm sure they're gonna put like ceviche in there. Or they're gonna do something crazy.
That's what you want. You're there
it's
for
not-
you're there for the camarones and the mariscos on the cup.
But I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited this Saturday, Michelada Rumble. I'm excited for all that to be published and everything. It's a great event. Go to the tickets. If you haven't bought your tickets now for Michelada Rumble, go down to the show description and click the link and get your tickets. Yeah. Don't forget to use our personal My Grito discount code to get discounted tickets. Be a sharp, smart shopper. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Anything else before we get into today's guest? I am super excited to talk to this woman. She is awesome. She is a great freaking artist. She's an even funnier stand-up comedian. She is an awesome just artist in general. She's a musician. She's this. She's that. Give it up for Angie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys.
I
Thank you guys
appreciate
so much
it.
for having me.
Of course.
You hyped me up hard. That's crazy. I was like, I usually get called like aspiring comedian, so all those adjectives were nuts. But yeah, this is lovely. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it was a bit of a drive, but I'm chill. I'm chill.
Yeah, where are you coming from?
Ooh, I'm not gonna dox myself.
Oh, okay.
Good choice.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
30 minutes.
Oh, it's not bad.
What?
It's not.
No, I feel like you guys drive a lot, but I don't really drive a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so 30 minutes is a lot.
Is it?
I'm tired.
I don't know. I think ever since I moved out to the IE, it's been like everywhere as far. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are driving. Can I like Paramount, right?
Yeah.
You could say that. I was like, that's far.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys are gonna hit Rush. Probably. I think.
Maybe.
An hour. We usually, if there's traffic, it's an hour. But we're already like really used to it that it's just like, all right.
Oh, 45 minutes today? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, 35 minutes to get back.
Yeah.
We're like, ooh, that's a flash.
Yeah, 35 minutes is usually at night, though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I love that I could see myself I'm trying to look at you, but I'm also looking right there. Like, in The Office,
Oh yeah.
where every time you say something, I'm like. And I like that I see you talking to this thing over here too.
Yeah, it's something new that I'm trying to do, because I usually just do this and think about what I'm talking about. But
I was talking to Amber about this, and I was like, did she do I guess for anyone who's not listening, there's a tapestry on the ceiling with little fairy lights. And I was like, did she do this? And I was like, oh, it was you.
yeah,
I like it.
It's all him.
I like it.
it was a 2020 boredom thing. I was just scrolling on Amazon, just getting all the tapestries that I've ever wanted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So like when you were staring up, you weren't like zoning out. You were just admiring your work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the lights came, and I want to put more lights. I've taken stuff down from the studio. Like there was a lot more stuff up, but I've taken it down.
I like the brick wall. I'm a big fan of the brick wall and the curtain.
So how you doing? What's up? What's going on?
I can't. You know what? I should have thought a little bit more about this, but honestly, not much. I
Yeah.
mean, I was gonna go to Chatterbox, but I think I'm gonna keep it chill today. I'm gonna take a break. I'm tired.
We met, I want to say, a few months ago, right? At the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Darby's open mic in Claremont. Awesome mic, by the way. And then also, Darby is the coolest person.
Dude, I saw that you had Darby and Johnny Gold, and I saw them yesterday, so I went up to them and I was like, I saw your guys' episode. It was so funny. Also, Darby's mic is great. I really enjoy that mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is where we met. And
Yeah.
I think that's the only time you see me do stand-up.
Yeah, and you killed it, by the way. It was awesome. I liked
appreciate
it.
it.
You had music in there. You had your own flair to it.
I was
Yeah.
like, you saw my loose 5, and you were like, we'll bring her on.
Yeah.
I appreciate that,
Why
though.
not?
Thank you for taking a chance on me.
No, of course.
Yeah.
And that too, Johnny Gold's an awesome guy. So
He's
any
the
friend of Johnny
coolest.
Gold is a friend of mine. Some.
No, I think it's like a running gag because now I'm starting to like get gigs or whatever. But I always like slip in Johnny Gold's name, and I feel like it's been working. So, so thank you, Mr. Gold. I call him Mr. Gold. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
He fucking hates it. He fucking.
Why does he hate it? Do you know?
I think it's because
Mr. Gold.
Mr. Gold.
I think he has
Sounds
this,
like he's like an older man.
I think that's why.
he doesn't like it.
What?
When I call him old, he doesn't like it. He calls me out on it right away.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little more valid when I call him old because the age gap is just a little bit more intense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Ah.
could see that.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's definitely like, nah, Mom, I'm going to keep that to myself. But yeah, how are you doing? How are you doing, Gail? How are you?
Johnny, what's up? No, Johnny's he's an awesome guy, and he's an even better comic, dude. He's great.
The one
He's a
thing,
great guy.
the last thing I'll say about Mr. Gold is that every time we hang out and we take a picture, he always does this face, which I love. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen that?
Yeah, he does.
So now we were like, ah.
that's awesome. One of the first pictures that I took with him, he did that pose
Yeah?
on. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I see your vibe, Johnny.
You're like, I like it.
All
It's
right.
different. Because usually with guys, when they take pictures, they're like, or
Yeah.
something like. But this is cute. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No, can you hit us with one? Can you? You should add that in. You should. I
TM.
think you should keep it.
That's Johnny's. I won't take a stilo.
You're
That's
right,
Johnny's
you're
pose.
right.
I can't. Sorry, Johnny. Appreciate it. Yeah.
But I was gonna say, Gil, you're quite. I mean, we've only met, I want to say, a handful of times. So, but I've been around a little bit longer than that. I was like, are you relatively new? What's the vibe? What's your lore?
The lore? I
Yeah.
thought you were here for me to interview you.
Oh, you're right. Okay, my bad. You can ask.
No, I'm fairly new to the comedy scene out here. I think That is it. One of the first mics that I've been to. I've been podcasting for years, but actually getting into the open mic scene and just the comedy scene out here in general, it's been fun. It's been really fun. And I always tell Darby this. I was like, dude, every time I go to his mic, I meet so many cool people. Andy, I've met. Johnny Gold, I've met you, Darby, Owen Parker, Sandy,
those are my
C's,
boys. Oh,
all those guys,
they're
right?
So cool.
And they're all gonna be on the podcast.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
on.
if they haven't been on, they're gonna be on in the next couple of weeks.
Let's go.
So yeah, that's the vibe right now. Podcasts and comedy,
That's
dude.
perfect. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
If I could live life like that for the rest of it, I would.
Imagine that.
My dad would get so pissed.
Would he really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was like, I don't know how much we know each other. I was like, I have a nursing degree. Did you see this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Technically, I'm a registered nurse, but I don't want to use it. I want to do podcasts and do comedy.
Yeah.
This is fun. Yeah.
I think we're definitely changing the narrative of what our parents expected from us. Definitely.
Hey, and I stand with it. I stand with it. I support.
I agree. I think times are changing, and we're realizing that you don't really have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or have any profession to really excel in life. And I think that's kind of cool. And I think also like the narrative of, or at least for me, I can only speak for myself, that like before I used to be like, oh, I need to be like a professional in life. Like I need to be. And then now I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do me. Like that's okay too.
I was just talking to Jay Holman about this, about just this morning. What was it, yesterday? And I texted him because he's the homie. I texted him. I was like, dude, I fucking hate business calls. I really do.
Really?
I don't. And I was telling him, yeah, I hate them, but I also understand that they have to happen.
Yeah.
But just because they have to happen doesn't mean you have to like them.
Right.
Right?
I just saw you make one like before we started.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I hate them. But that one's a little loose. I think just the more formal, like if you're in a corporate setting or like a meeting, those I hate. Like though, when I used to have those back in my old corporate job, I did not like them at all. No.
They didn't let you riff, huh?
No. No, my punchlines weren't hitting, dude. The room was tough. It was a tough crowd. Yeah.
Hard crowd.
It was a tough crowd.
I bet.
Yeah, they didn't get my comedy. I don't know what it was.
I understand that.
You know
Gil,
what I
I
mean?
say this because I went to nursing school for 4 years, and in there I tried hooking a bunch of jokes, and no one laughed. And no one laughs when you're in the hospital either.
Yeah.
They especially don't laugh in the hospital.
Yeah, especially when you're the HR manager, like you're over the
That's
HR
you?
department. That was
Whoa!
me.
That was me too.
That was Amber.
Is this how you guys met?
No.
Oh.
No. in the HR department.
We were both
Just-
HR.
But yeah, that's how it was, and for me it wasn't like that. Like I started the podcast in 2020. Missed in the middle of that, I wasn't working, so I found this passion that I was doing, and then once I got back to work, I was like, oh, this is not the biz. I can't do this. I can't. I took business classes, administration.
Right.
Like I did that, but I just feel like it wasn't me at the end. You know what I mean?
I totally understand that.
Yeah,
It was soul sucking.
it was. Like there was no way for any creative flow.
Yeah.
Like I had all this creative this creative energy built up to me,
Yeah.
built up in me, and there
No
was
outlets.
no outlets.
I see.
Yeah. Except for this podcast and now comedy, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Dude, and I feel like you've been staking a name for yourself lately. I haven't seen you do all this stuff. Your Gil Tony thing. Your Gil Tony.
I love that.
I
There's
like-
so many different words for it, so many different names for it. I gotta just pick a theme for each episode.
I think because there's the very famous Kill Tony and your name is Gil.
Yeah,
It really lends itself. I don't know.
exactly.
I agree.
Yeah,
But I feel like they would come for you pretty fast if you start calling it like Gil Tony.
probably. I thought about that. I thought about like doing at least for one episode or for one like campaign to market it kind of that way to see how that would be. But yeah,
Maybe for like one day, like a theme for one.
yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Right, and have Jay, because usually Jay helps me on the soundboard, have him dress like Red Band.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You
that'd
know-
be funny.
I was telling this to Darby and Johnny Gold because we were talking about your Gil Tony thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know what Kill Tony is, I'll be honest.
Really?
No.
You've never watched it?
No.
Really?
I don't think that's my brand of comedy, I'll be honest.
Really?
Not my scene.
Really? Pull up some clips of. Have you seen any clips of Kill Tony?
I think I've seen some comedians that I like go on it for a little bit. I think that's just like they do 3 and it's the panel, right?
It's one. It's 1
What?
minute.
How many?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Then, but
Yeah.
do you guys do 1 minute as well?
No, we do 3.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
1 is hard. That's
One is
hard.
crazy.
Yeah, that must. I can't imagine.
I like it though.
You like it?
I like it.
How many jokes can you tell in like a minute?
Me?
Yeah.
I can pop off like at least 3 or 4.
Oh, that's a good ratio. I like that
Yeah.
a lot.
Maybe 5
Mm.
if I condense everything down.
It's like, are you a one-liner guy? You didn't go up at the mic where we met, so I don't know.
I didn't, huh?
No, you watched.
No. I don't know. I don't know how
You
to.
have a couple.
I go here and there. I jump around
Oh.
from one-liners to small stories.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just set up, punch, and then I move on to the next thing.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And that's how I don't know. I feel like because now I'm a lot more in the scene. There's a lot of people who don't know how to get to their punchlines,
Mhm.
and I'm like, it makes open mics feel really long.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's something that you find along the way, right? Like you
Right.
find, like for me, when I work on new material, they start off as a story,
Mhm.
and I condense it as much as I can before I get into, go on stage.
Right.
And then I record audio or video of my set.
Oh.
And then when there's laughs, I say, okay, well, that works. Let me keep that. And I'll take all the other stuff, move them out of here, get them out of here.
Cut the fat. Trim
Cut
the
the fat,
fat.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you really got to do. If you got a 1 minute thing.
Mhm. My goodness.
Yeah.
I can't even do my song in a minute. Unless I do it like really, really fast. I don't know.
So, but do you do all like singing on what you did? Because the last time when I seen you, it was just your music.
Yeah.
Or you had a couple of jokes and then it was your music.
Yeah. I think ironically you showed up to the one mic where I didn't have any jokes except for that one song.
Mhm.
But that is the only song that I have in rotation right now. And I'm trying to work on some other stuff, but it's quite difficult. It's a lot harder than writing like straight jokes, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to like think of chords and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot. It's a very, very multifaceted sort of discipline.
Who do you like that's similar to what you do?
Oh my gosh. No one's ever asked me this. I could say my entire diatribe, but I think, are you familiar with Bo Burnham?
Bo Burnham. I'm not, but we can look him up. Bo Burnham.
Yeah. I have super Gen Z taste. So he's like,
that him?
this guy.
Whoa, he's a handsome man.
Oh, I think he's all right. But he does musical comedy. He's like the guy that's known for musical comedy, but also maybe more like Jared Guzman. Are you familiar with
No.
him? Okay, let me put you on.
Put me on.
I will.
Who is it?
J.R. de Guzman. So it's like Junior de Guzman.
No, Oscar sent me because I was on the phone with our network guy,
Right.
Oscar,
Oh.
and he was asking me. He was like, "Oh, who are you interviewing today?" And I was describing to him like what you do with comedy and music and art, And he was like, "Oh, kind of like Morgan J. Have you heard of Morgan
Oh,
J?"
I love Morgan J.
Oh, okay. See,
oh
there
my
you
god,
go.
he's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, he sent me a TikTok. He did. Look at.
I feel like his style is a bit different than mine, but in terms of like trying to write musical comedy, I think those two are my biggest. I was like, I think when we first met, Gil, I assumed you were Filipino. Are you?
as everyone does.
The mystery continues.
Oh, you're not. You're gonna keep it ambiguous?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
No, he's Mexican.
Oh, okay.
People can be ambiguous. Wait, what's ambiguous mean?
Like you can't tell. It's hard. It's not concrete.
Oh, okay. Is that good? Is that a good thing?
It's kind of. There's no good or bad connotation.
Okay, so I can be racial ambiguous.
Racial. There is actually a term for it. Racially ambiguous.
Racially ambiguous.
You're,
Okay, cool.
You're Filipino passing, Gil.
Awesome.
He really is.
Right?
All my friends, when I
okay
started
with
dating him, I just figured they figured he was Mexican. And then like months in, they were like, "Oh yeah, do they make like Filipino food like with his family?" And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Isn't he Filipino?" I'm like, "No." And a lot
Lumpias are
of
good.
my family members have asked, like, I think recently too, they asked my mom, like, "Oh, what does this family eat for Christmas?" She's like, "What do you mean?"
Gil, you should learn.
Yeah, we eat menudo
He
and
needs to learn
tamales.
Spanish first before
Oh,
he
okay.
learns
We'll
Tagalog.
start with square one.
I got a long list of cultures that I need to practice.
What's on that list? Top three.
There's Mexican culture, Filipino
There
culture,
we go.
and cancel culture.
Oh.
Those are my top three. Top three.
How did you get into doing comedy? Like, and especially like comedy with music?
I keep forgetting. I'm so used to asking other people questions that it feels almost weird to like answer. To be honest. How did I get into comedy? Oh, sorry. Yes. I'm so scared of like blowing out the mic that
No,
I can't
you're
stand it.
not at
You're good.
all.
Oh, okay, perfect. How I got into stand-up, I feel like it's pretty unorthodox, so that's why I think it's interesting. But I think I found Bo Burnham or like that kind of musical stand-up in high school or middle school, and then I was like, I can do that. But it wasn't until I went to a private Christian college because they had a major at the time for stand-up comedy.
Whoa,
It was
that's
weird.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was cool. That's why I chose.
That's awesome.
I don't think I would go to a private Christian college for any other reason. But it's because I thought they had a comedic arts major. And then I got in, and then they disbanded the major immediately.
Oh my god!
Right, I know. I got cucked pretty hard. But they still offered like a stand-up 101 course, which was like over a semester we would build a type 5 and then we would say it. And then I fell in love.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does your family think about it?
That's a great question. I love that. I feel like, and Gil hasn't seen most of my comedy, but for a long time they were just really confused. They're like, you know, have you ever seen like Joe Coy's special, perchance? Anyone?
Very long time ago. His newest one,
No.
just some of them.
Just the general idea, but he has a spit where he told his Filipino mom that he wants to be a nurse, and he was like, "Oh, you want to be a clown?" So it's that kind of vibe.
Mm.
It's definitely.
I definitely like say like, and it wasn't even me, but like when the fact that I had to tell my parents that Gil was gonna do stand up, like I way rather would have told my parents like, "Hey, Gil's gay," than like him saying stand up. I swear, and it wasn't even me. Like,
Oh my god, that is awesome. Can I use that?
sure. Like I'd rather be like, my boyfriend's gay, and then I'd have been like felt like way more comfortable than be
That
like,
was a
my
good turn.
boyfriend-
I like
That was good.
I swear.
I know you say you don't like performing, but I think you should start. I don't know.
You're not the first.
She's really
to-
good. I'm telling you, she's
She's a ghostwriter.
yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff. I mean, come on, look at that.
Yeah,
that was
brilliant. Oh,
that was
Thank you. But it's the truth.
yeah,
there you go. That's why it's funny, because it's the truth.
it is true.
Yeah. But yeah, is it hard for you?
I feel like they're like, oh, they like the idea. They're like, oh, you know, she can be like Joe Coy. It's always Joe Coy. I hate it. I hate it. I was like, I don't really like his comedy. But I was like, there's no other Filipino comedian. So every time I'm like, I would like to do stand-up. But they're like, oh, you could be like Joe Coy. And I was like, pick anyone else, please.
Are you Filipino? Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what was I going to say about that, though? But I feel like within the past year, especially since I graduated, or not even before that, because I started taking it more seriously. And I had more, like, for lack of a better term, like accolades or like things under my belt. My parents have definitely started to come around to like, oh, this is something she can succeed at and it'll be okay. She'll be okay. I feel like immigrant parent thing is like, will my child be able to like fend for themselves? But I feel like with stand up, they're very worried of how I would be able to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But
it makes sense. I mean, I didn't tell you this, but yesterday I was showing my dad the video of you when everything was blowing away.
I saw that. I saw that.
And I felt the need, like, he didn't even ask, but I felt the need to be like, he got paid. You know, he got paid, right? Like, I had to, like, say it, like, and my parents are already, like they're cool about it. Like, they're happy that, you know, that he's doing it and that it's something different. But I still feel being that first generation, like, having to prove myself to my family, that I was like, yeah, you know, he made money off of it. Like, because I feel like a lot of people think, like, you just kind of, it's like a hobby, you know?
I agree. Yeah. I completely agree on that.
And there is hobbyist comics, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool too, but there's other people that actually, they want this as a career, to be their full-time job.
I see.
Yeah.
I was like, Amber, I like what you said a lot about like having to say that Gil was paid for like that gig in order to like sort of validate that. Because I was like, you have my YouTube channel opened up and I have a small anecdote where it's like, I've always really done creative things. Oh my goodness, sorry. I haven't looked at my own YouTube channel in a while. I'm like looking at it on the screen. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Oh, geez. But I was like, if you scroll back, this thing goes back to like 2012. But I don't think my parents really cared about it until it started making money.
Do you do all of this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Like, this is really good.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And this is like real, like this is happening in real time because I didn't have a chance to look at your YouTube channel until you sat down. Oh. But this is fucking amazing, Angie. No, this is really good. You're a really good artist.
Yeah, and these ones are a little bit, I feel like my contents are definitely a little outdated. I should have unlisted some of them before coming here, but I appreciate that, though. Thank you so much for saying that, Gil.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, I've sort of dialed in on what I like to do creatively, and I've definitely pivoted away from editing and drawing into stand-up. So I don't really get the chance to do this much anymore. So I'm glad that it still holds up to other people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So so you were doing this animation art. This was before you started doing stand-up?
This was I started making videos when I was in 7th grade.
Oh.
I was like, which probably wasn't very far away for you guys. Like, I want to say 2012 was like the big year.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's like 12 years ago. Never mind. It was far away.
Like, it's
oh, shit. But yeah, I was always really interested in like YouTube. And for a while, I was like, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But I think YouTube's falling off. So.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you watch YouTube, Gil?
I do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I do. But I just, for like wrestling stuff. Like it's very niche, like the stuff that I watch on YouTube. Right now, it's all like wrestling stuff, and it's only like one wrestling channel.
Is it YouTube Shorts, Gil?
I can doom scroll for a couple of hours on YouTube Shorts. Do you think that YouTube Shorts, that's the downfall of YouTube?
I don't think so. They've definitely implemented, like, I don't know how well versed you are in like posting videos to YouTube, but they have this option where you can like link your YouTube Shorts back to like your longer form videos. And I think that's incredibly helpful. I think it's the way it has to go. Short form content's here to stay, and people have to sort of work around that. Although I do miss when maybe longer form videos were prioritized and incentivized by like the monetization system. Because shit, I ain't making money off of any of this now.
No, not even the. Is there? Are you making anything on like any shorts or anything? How does that happen?
What do you mean?
Like the monetization on YouTube.
I see. So for the monetization on YouTube, I haven't tried it out with the shorts yet because I don't really care about. I was like, when I was maybe 18 or 19 and I didn't have a job, I was like, and I just made videos for fun. I was like, I tapped into it because I'm gonna make this for free anyways. Might as well get some passive income. But yeah, you have to fulfill a requirement. I believe it's like 1,000 subscribers minimum, and then 400 or 1,000 watch hours within the span of a year.
4,000, I think.
4,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Is the Mind Buzz monetized?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Hey, not yet. That's the key term.
Not yet. But I feel like the even just the podcast market in general on YouTube is flooded.
Oversaturated.
Yeah.
I
100%. Especially we don't really consider ourselves a comedy podcast. We're more of a society and culture podcast. So that just tapped into the comedy scene.
I see.
You know what I mean? But
I was going to say with your podcast, I feel like even if you are entering an oversaturated market, and this is because I'm biased because this is how I found you, because you are interviewing like Inland Empire, SoCal, like local comedians, that's the niche that I really like, and that's why I tune in, and I feel like that's something you could really capitalize on.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's something that we've definitely, found out throughout this whole journey of interviewing different comics. It's like the first, and it ties it back to the first time I went to the
CK's?
No, to First Amendment at Darby's mic.
Oh, right.
Darby didn't even have that location before. It was Gibby. Do you know Gibby Lopez?
Gibby.
So it was
Gibby.
So,
sorry. Oh my god.
Like Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy.
Oh no,
Gibby.
you haven't seen iCarly?
No.
Oh, there's a character named Gibby.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and he says Gibby.
Oh my god.
So it wasn't a South Park reference.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. But I appreciate you laughing along anyways. But I'm sorry, continue. It was ran by a guy named Gibby.
Yeah, so it was ran by a guy named Gibby, and the first time I went there, it was pretty cool because it was my first time there. I don't know anybody. I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know Gibby. Nobody. I was like, oh, Mike, cool. Let me go out to. It's Claremont. It's down the street from me.
Right.
So I go there, and I meet Nick Lanny.
Oh.
He's the first comedian that I've ever met at the First Amendment.
That's a good comedian.
Yes.
To meet for the first time ever.
So I was sitting down, and he approached me, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I seen your interview with so and so. It was really good. Glad you can be here, and this and that." So he was very, very it was awesome. It was a very awesome first time experience, and like just from there, Johnny Gold was there too. I was able to meet Johnny Gold, Nick Lanny, Darby, Owen, like on the first night, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Yeah.
And Johnny was like, "Oh, if you want, we can get some of these comedians on your podcast." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! Let's freaking do it!" And that was what, 6 months ago, maybe even longer than that.
Quite recent, then. Dang.
Right, Amber?
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah. Yeah.
The Johnny Gold effect.
Right.
Right?
Dude. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, dude, just ever since, like, when we started interviewing the local comics, it's just been, I feel like just by word of mouth, it's been really good. Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
how I found you. I tuned in for Johnny Gold episode, watched the entire thing back to front. I actually rewatched it quite a bit.
And then there's gonna be some people that see you on here and say the same thing.
Ooh, they better not be creeps. They better not be. I was like, I didn't see any other young females in the lineup, so if this one has a lot of views.
It's so cool to talk to female comics, and I think Angie the first female comic that we've had on the podcast?
Genesis.
Oh, we had Genesis Soul. That's right. I don't know what that is. Okay. Witty Titties.
Oh, wait, in LA.
In LA, yeah.
I see. That's cool.
Yeah, that was over a year ago.
Oh shit.
Genesis. So glad you can.
Look at
do
you
that.
guys go.
How do you feel? Like, I know maybe to you it doesn't feel any different or anything, but I mean, me going around like Gil and kind of the scene, I'm not always with him, but when I am, it's mostly men, right? And it's like men driven, and it's like, so how do you navigate that, and how do you feel like that there's I know there's women comics, but I mean, for every probably one woman comic there's like 30 men comics. So how do you feel about that? Like, what do you think?
Amber, what a beautiful question. That is. And I never get the chance to talk about it because I was like, with all the guys there, they're like, oh, you know, I don't know how to explain this quite well. But, dude, what a sausage fest every open mic I go to is. I swear to God. I'm like the only female for miles with every mic I go to. Like, shit, I was at Darby's yesterday. Actually, Melissa was there, so it was cool. So, but I feel like, I don't know, and Amber, you'll probably understand when I say this. I definitely felt like it was an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Just because I'm younger, and I have like this sort of girly charisma that maybe not a lot of guys really fuck with. But I feel like I have to definitely try a lot harder to earn everyone's respect.
Yeah.
And I feel like recently, and that's why I was like, thank you, Gil, for saying all that. I've definitely staked my claim or gained the respect of like the local comedians. But that did not come as easy. I can't like go up and bro with them. They have to look at me first, like over a while, and be like, oh, she's like competent. And then they'll talk to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's weird. You also get like a lot of guys that are like, hey, you want to get drinks? And I'm like, you're 30. No. I
can only imagine like the whole like there's probably no in between. It's either like they don't freaking talk to you or they want to like date you, and it's like I could see. Have you heard of the whole Gil? Have you? I'm like, maybe you have, but have you guys heard of the whole thing going around where they're asking women, would you rather be in a room
with a guy or a bear?
A guy or a bear?
Really?
And everyone is saying a bear.
Whoa.
I agree.
Men suck.
Men are
horrible.
Vile beings.
Not you, of course.
I know.
And
I'm all right.
I was like,
right.
I've definitely weeded out or kept my circle to people that I can trust. But I feel like that's also really an important part of it. Because I was like, when you befriend these guys over time, like they become your support system. And also, it's really adorable. They'll protect me in like situations where it's needed.
But why do you think why do you think women were not going out there and doing comedy like versus like the men?
Brilliant question. I'll say this. It's because I was like, it's so intimidating. It really is. And you have to have a lot of drive to break past that. And I feel the first open mic I ever went to in Ontario I don't know if I should have name dropped them. It actually wasn't their fault. It was the people in line. I went to the Ontario Improv one summer, 2022. First mic I've ever been to. And the guys behind me for the sign-up list were like, hey, general admission's actually that line over there.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, no, I know where I am. And they're like, oh, you know this is for stand-up comedy, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. But it's things like that where it's like it just doesn't feel welcomed. It doesn't feel very welcoming, and that's why I feel like a lot of female comics probably don't want to return to a space where they just don't feel heard.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
Oh.
But I think like sometimes it's even like men's ego where they feel like, okay, I'm dominating in this this area, and then to have a woman come, and especially if the woman's funnier than they are, it's like a big hit to someone's ego. Like
I see.
and I feel like men really don't know how to handle that versus women. And I get there is competition with women. I mean, there's competition in any, I guess in anywhere.
Yeah.
But I do feel like maybe that's what kind of puts off too, of like, just they don't want to get one up by a woman because
I
it's
see,
like,
I
oh,
see.
like,
But that's just small-minded.
no, I
Yeah.
know, but
That isn't. I don't know. I've always looked at it in a talent-based kind of system where, okay, if a girl's gonna or a woman's gonna go on stage and be funny, then let them do that, right?
Right.
And if they're funnier than you, then
And they're funnier than you, bro.
go back home and write some jokes,
Yeah.
right? But there's a couple of things too, is where they give preference to women comics. Like there's some places
Right.
that do that. I don't know. To me, that's kind of that's a little tricky
I see.
for
I
me.
see.
You know what I mean? But I get what they're trying to do, because
see.
for every what you guys said about for every 100 male comics, there's 2 females, and I
Right.
get that. Of course, they don't want it to be a sausage fest either. So that, I mean, it's a good little change too. But there's also a lot of locations that only have the hell, really, dude? I'm doing a podcast.
Jay,
Yeah, dude, aren't you watching right now? Come on, man.
Oh wait, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Is anyone
I forgot to say we were live.
is anyone watching this?
One person. Usually we have more people when we do it at night.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Everyone's at their day jobs right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has jobs.
Yeah.
They got they have real jobs.
now.
I kind of like, and I know that men.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish my thought.
Okay, go
so
for it.
there's locations now that are the things. There's a lot of things now that are happening.
I got
where-
into the conversation.
There's certain locations now, open mics, shows, witty titties for one.
Right.
I think that's fucking great.
Right.
That there's different locations, different spaces creating this community, because it wasn't always like that.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Well,
not?
I thought because you were lining up, and I thought you were gonna say it's really, really awful, and I was like, oh, I was gonna scare. I got scared for a second, but
Don't worry.
I'm glad you
I
agree.
defend you. No, definitely not. But I agree. I mean, I think it's cool that there's, places opening up, and like also like Witty Titty. Like that's cool. It's an all
One perfect example. It's an all woman.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Is-
heard of Witty Titties.
Is it an all woman open
Yeah,
mic,
she
or
was
is it
in-
a
she was
in
show?
I think it's open mic.
Look it up.
It's an open mic, but then
WittyTitties.com.
they'll do shows. Yeah, I think they own like
she
a club
does.
space.
Yeah, she does both. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
but I see it. I definitely see it going with Gil places, and I'm like, where are all the girls at?
I know. When I go home after the mic at Paramount, and I show her pictures and who was there, and she's like, "Oh my God, there's women there." I'm like, "Oh, I'm excited." I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah. Hey, props.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, it creates a sort of a weird kind of upside to it, is that it creates a sense of solidarity. Like if I go to a mic, and again, there's like all guys, but I see one girl, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, let's shake this
Yeah.
I get so excited, and I feel like I love to support shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. See, it's a comedy show and a mic.
Oh, okay.
So it's both. Yeah.
Witty Titties, ladies and gentlemen. Witty Titties comedy on Instagram. Have you met Selena? Selena Johnson? She's hilarious.
Oh.
Yes. I met her at Darby's mic too.
Oh.
And Selena too.
Dang. Dang, Darby's pulling us together.
Darby's doing the Lord's work right now, dude.
He's doing that Godfather impression, and I eat it up every time. I've never seen The Godfather. I just think it's silly.
He left his ring here.
Oh, he did,
Can I
actually.
see?
Yeah. Here.
And this is the one that everyone kissed. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I touched it. I
It's
haven't.
not full.
There's supposed to be water in there, I guess he said. Right?
Mm.
Yeah, he was gonna like squirt you with water.
Yeah. That guy. But Selena Johnson, she's awesome.
Oh.
You guys should connect. She's really hilarious. She usually goes to the Claremont
Oh, I see.
mic.
I feel like recently, because before February, I only did comedy in Riverside, but now I'm trying to push west
Mhm.
for more mics. I'm manifest destiny, that shit.
You should.
Thank you. Eventually I'll make it to LA, but it might take time.
Yeah, I think
maybe I'll start comedy just to go and hang out with you.
I
There
would
you go.
love that.
Solidarity.
I would eat that up so fast too.
I think as soon as you start, awesome. I think if you, I just want to see you just go up there and do a set. Honestly, I do, Amber. You're to me, you're funny. We can write something together.
Yeah.
We could write together. You see those memes?
Oh, where it's like you ask female comics
Yeah.
to like write together,
Yeah.
and they're probably just trying to fuck.
Yeah. It could be both of those things.
That's a good one.
So, what was I saying? Dang it. I forgot my thought now.
I don't know.
What were we talking about? Dang it. That was a good one too.
Writing comedy.
No, well,
Going
before
on
that.
stage. Selena Johnson.
No, before that.
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. You said you were going to do a song for us, right?
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking of doing a song or no?
I
You don't
mean-
have to.
Part of me doesn't want to because I was like, this is material that I could still use. But I feel like it's a very strong piece of my lore. You saw me for my musical comedy. This is like the first musical comedy song that I've ever written. If you actually pull up my YouTube, the entire set's on there. My first comedy set I've ever done. It ain't shit now, but I was like, props for trying. Go to home.
To home.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you know what? Maybe if you look up... Oh, yeah. If you scroll down, it should be on there if you just go to my videos. Oh, those are some of my shorts, though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When did you do it?
2019. So
Okay.
it's quite a bit far.
Like 3 years?
Yeah. And also, I don't know if the video is showing also like you scrolling through my YouTube channel, but I'm just gonna let everyone know that she's scrolling through really awesome content right now. Really good shit.
Really awesome stuff.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, there it is.
The one
There.
on the left?
Yeah.
Do you want to play it?
Oh, maybe not, but there it
Okay.
is. I was like, if anyone really wants to get in the like a deep cut, that's me doing stand up for the first time. Do you remember doing stand up for the first time?
I do. Amber was there when
How
I
was
first did
Amber?
it.
He was all right.
I was not. I didn't have anything prepared. There was no punchlines. There was no mapping. There was no
Just
topics.
a
that
dream.
Just a dream. Just a dream and an empty stage and
I was really nervous.
15 minutes worth of time.
Oh, I'd be shitting myself too. 15 minutes?
Yeah. So the first time that I actually went up and as a stand-up comic,
Yeah.
performing stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
was in Pasadena, and at this bar, my friend was doing an open mic. He was hosting it, mostly music acts, and he was like, "The final act is not here. Can you?" He knew I was practicing and writing, and he asked me, he was like, "Can you just go up there and
Just fucking.
do what you can? You
Yeah.
have 15 minutes." I was like, at first I didn't want to do it. I told him I was gonna sign up, but then when I got there, I was like, I don't have anything. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? But I ended up doing it. Amber almost threw up.
Yeah, I was really really nervous. Like I wanted to like run out of there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll wait for you outside.
But it was fun.
Tell me when you're done.
The nerves were nerves. I mean, as soon as I got up there, I got comfortable.
Right.
I've always been on stages performing, whether it was at church or school or stuff like that. I was used to it, but trying to be funny on stage too is totally different.
Trying to be funny on purpose is the most nerve-wracking thing.
By yourself too.
Yeah, there's no one to help you.
Exactly.
And I feel like with my family, especially my sister, was like, Angie, I hope you know that you doing that is my worst nightmare. I feel like it's a lot of people's worst fears to try to do stand-up like that.
Isn't that like the number one fear in the world to humans is public speaking?
Yeah.
I would think it'd be like guns or like maybe something a little more.
No, it's public speaking.
Oh, right, because it could happen. It could happen
Yeah.
to anyone. I see.
But I'm like your sister because I've always tried to like not be like get attention called to me or like be the center of anything. Like I can conversate and I can joke around with my family, friends, people that I know. And then here comes Gil and he's like, hey, by the way, I want to do this. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and it took me a while for me to like notice that it was a me problem and not a him problem. You know what I mean? So it was like, so I kind of feel like what your sister is saying, like that's her like worst fear. It was like, you know,
I see.
seeing you do that.
Yeah.
That was me, but I'm getting a lot better and I'm able to sit through it and like really enjoy myself. So
Hey, I'm glad you came around to enjoying it.
I did.
Yay.
So he's helped me in a way to get through that through comedy.
I was going to say, my sister said that's her worst fear. So one time I made her do 5 minutes
Really?
in front of all my friends. And she said that is the most terrifying thing she's ever done. And I think that's really interesting because I was like, it's my favorite thing to do in the world, to do that kind of shit. I can't imagine feeling so adverse to it. But I like, that's the point I was trying to make. For people who want to do comedy, it's so deeply rooted that your body just really, that's what you're kind of meant to do, I feel like, is my philosophy.
As your body is to
Like,
what now?
Like you went up there and you weren't nervous, even though you got asked last minute to do 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of just like locked in.
That was my first time too.
I know. That's insanity, bro.
Yeah. But I was just up there. It wasn't comedy. I was just
Chatting.
I was just talking to the crowd.
Oh, like a podcast.
Like what was pretty much, right?
Yeah.
What was happening like that week?
The imploding of the
The imploding of the submarine. That it was during that time. And I was like, hey, did you guys hear about that? Like what are your thoughts? I was basically doing crowd work and podcasting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Usually that's what I do when I'm trying to fill in some time.
Right.
Like I did the show in Huntington Beach and the guy said, oh, you have 10 minutes. I've never done 10 minutes in my life. I have a strong 5, but I figure if I can wiggle my way 5 minutes
You
with
could
the
have
crowd.
a loose 10.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
It was cool. But basically that's what I said at the top of the thing. I was like, oh, well, I got 10 minutes, but I'm just going to podcast up here for 5 minutes.
I see.
Yeah, and I was talking to the DJ. I was talking to the couple people that were out there. So I don't know.
That
There's
takes
that.
fucking guts, man. I feel like every time someone asks me to do, or every time I get on like a booked thing and they ask for more than 5 minutes, I really hammer in and make sure that I have like an 8 or 10 to use.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, like crowd work. At Darby's, they have the fucking improv bucket.
I haven't been there yet. I haven't been there in a few months, so I know he added a couple of cool
Little
things.
I feel like in terms of comedy, that's really where I lack. I can't do improv shit like that, man. That shit, that is my worst nightmare. Truly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's like anything else. It's a muscle, right? That you have to. The more you do it, the more you get better at it. Like this, like podcasting. The more you do it, the more I'm terrible sometimes.
What?
Like some days I'm terrible.
How do you be terrible at podcasting?
You can be terrible. Trust me.
Amber can confirm.
I can confirm.
Okay.
Yeah. I think in my lifetime I've done at least 300 on this platform and all the other ones that I've
Wow.
done. But it's a muscle. It's something that you work out every day, or any chance you get, because people think it's just coming up here and talking, but you're not. There's a lot more things
There's
that
a meta to it. Okay.
there is. There's a flow to it. There's tones. I don't know. There's something there. Just like anything.
Man.
Anything creative.
Yeah.
It takes time.
I was gonna say I love talking about that because people, or maybe people that aren't creative, are like, "Oh, she likes to do this," but I was like, "There's actually a lot of discipline behind being creative and doing like pursuits like stand up or podcasting or like making videos, and not a lot of people talk about." But I want to ask, I was like, how do you maintain discipline while still like maintaining like creative freedom, or like still finding joy in what you make?
I think it happens every day, and I think just being excited for the next thing.
Right.
And being excited for the next thing, and also knowing that I can get better each and every time I do it. This is not like me now.
Yeah.
200 episodes ago.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Oh.
It's completely different, and I think just keeping my eye on the future and getting better and better each and every episode.
I see.
I'm gonna be way better when I have my 1,000th episode.
That would be crazy.
I'm only at 231 right now.
1,000 episodes.
Yeah, or
Old
500,
man.
Yeah.
or 500 episodes. I don't know. Who knows? We can quit our jobs and this can be our full-time thing. We don't know, Amber. Like that, it's possible. People are doing it, and I think that just keeping that goal, being goal-oriented, and knowing that you can get better.
I feel like you raised such a good point, because I feel like a lot of the drive right now with me doing stand-up, by the way, I'm so dialed into doing stand-up right now because I just graduated college. I was a
Hell
nurse.
yeah, dude.
I don't.
You don't recommend it?
It was okay. Those are the dark ages, because I wasn't doing comedy. I was doing nursing.
Yeah.
And that was when you were bringing up like the corporate job. That was soul sucking.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had a great conversation with like C's and Sandy and a couple of other people one time, where it's like, even though there's these soul sucking jobs, or make the day jobs that you maybe don't want to do, that sort of fuels you to get better at your craft so that you don't want to do it anymore. And that's the drive. That's how you lock in. I don't know. That's a good philosophy, and that's how I cope. Where was I going with that though? Oh yeah, no, I'm so locked into stand-up now, dude.
Yeah.
I went to like a workshop it was so cool. It was in LA, and it was kind of like a Woody Stitty situation where it was for female comics. It was like a panel. Bergamot Comedy Fest at the Crow. I'll shout them out. But they said to be a prolific comic, you have to go up 5 times a week, which I don't know for you. I don't know how many times you go up, but I was going up maybe twice a month before I graduated college.
Wow.
And they said 5 times a week?
5 times a week.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. But for some reason, I was like, oh, now I have to go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I didn't realize you could just do them all in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
You can.
Life hacks. So I've been going 3 times a week.
3 times?
3 times is pretty. I've been pretty consistent with going 3 times a week.
I do like, I think 3, right, Amber? If not 3, at least twice a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when you don't go for a while, you actually get shittier. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Like there's this, I'll shout him out, Willie MR. Like he's been like him and Jimmy Velarde, they've been grinding. And I was asking him, how many open mics do you do a week, dude? He was like, something like 5 or 6.
Damn.
And I was like, whoa,
Damn.
dude. But it shows.
Right.
The being comfortable up there, being comfortable with your jokes and pausing your beats, like
Right.
it shows.
Yeah.
And it's all practice too.
It is all practice. practice.
That's it. That's
It's-
all we have to think about. It's practice.
I was gonna say, because I was like, I also go to the gym. You could probably tell. I'm kidding, but I could probably, but it is literally like getting your reps in.
Yeah.
Some days I don't want to make the drive, but I feel like I don't if you have the same routine because I have a sort of set schedule where it's like I'll go to a mic, but then I'll write in between, and then that's when I have to try new material. So that way I'm always cycling through new shit
Yeah.
and finding out what works, and then hopefully like it's kind of like a juicer. You kind of put the shit in the juicer, and then eventually like a little bit of gold dribbles out. A little bit of gold.
But basically that's how it is.
Yeah.
Right? I like that.
I like it.
You're recycling because I do something similar to that. Not everything is completely new. I have some old stuff in there that I just punch up, and it's been working.
I don't know if you do this too, but sometimes I'll throw some old ones in there so I don't completely bomb the entire set.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah. The crazy thing too about doing the mic at Paramount once a week, I'm there every time, right?
It's your thing.
Yeah, so I'm there, but I don't host it
Oh.
all the time. I maybe host it once a month, and I have guest host.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so next week is gonna be James Jablonski's.
Oh,
He's gonna be guest
that's
hosting
the
next week.
homie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He moved out to LA, huh?
Yep.
Because he used to be based in Riverside, and that's where I was, so I'd see him a lot, and then he moved. But well, now I know where
And
he
you
is.
can guess where I met him.
Darby's.
Yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, so he now Wednesdays he even helps me with the lighting and everything, dude. He's
Oh, that's good
become
for
a
him.
part of our production there. So he's gonna be guest hosting next week, and I'm super excited.
Good shit. Good
Yeah,
shit.
but it gives me some time too, because hosting is one thing. Hosting, just because you're a good comic doesn't make you a good host.
Oh my god.
And
don't even get me started.
Just because you're a good host doesn't make you a good comic, and just
Agreed.
because you're a good comic doesn't make you a good host.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've seen some.
That's also a muscle that you have to.
I
rep
say
too.
that. Can I plug then? Can I
course.
plug? Because you say about being a host, I'm actually hosting a mic this Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay!
I don't know how much you looked into me, but I'm part of like a comedy club at UCR.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Pull it
Yeah,
up!
Comedy Closet UCR on Instagram.
Pull it up!
Those are my bros. Can I say their names?
Yeah.
Oh
of
my
course.
gosh. Because I told them all yesterday I'm gonna be on this, so they'll be hyped. But those are my bros. It's kind of like a ragtag group. We do stand scroll, you'll see it. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that on the screen.
Those are my boys. Shout out Saya, Manny, Hayden, Joseph, Jacob, Anthony, Dom. Those are my bros.
Awesome. Follow them, Amber.
This one right here.
Cause it's my birthday.
Yay! Surprise,
birthday.
surprise.
Thank you.
When's your birthday?
Cinco de Mayo.
Whoa! All right.
The one thing I fucking despise is is that it lands so close to May the 4th,
Oh yeah.
which is the Star Wars thing.
Star Wars Day.
And I could not care less about Star Wars. I'll be so honest. And I was like, guys, it's not Star Wars Day. It's day before my birthday.
Of course. And Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo. That's
Right.
cool.
It makes it so easy to tell people when my birthday is. I love it.
They don't forget.
Well, sometimes they do. If they're a shitty friend, they forget. But I'm like, my birthday is 5/5. That's a little
5/5. Oh, yeah.
little jazz hands.
55.
Yeah. But I'm hosting that mic. It's my B-Day mic or Star Wars theme mic, whatever. But I feel like some people do not know how to host. I was like, some people think that hosting is the time to try out your material in between comics. And I was like, please.
Right. There's a way to do it though.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it if it's a one line
Exactly.
and punch.
Right.
You get out of there. That's it. Set up, punch. You say who's on deck,
Yeah.
and you call up the next person.
Right.
If it's not that, if it's not under a minute,
Exactly.
2 minutes, you're pushing it. That's just my philosophy.
I agree. And I feel like a good host will link back whatever joke they're saying. And I like it when it relates to the last comic or something relevant. But yeah, you're right. It's a muscle. Just because you're a good comic doesn't mean you're a good host. But
Yeah.
we try, right, Gil?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Of course. It's all about just getting up there. Having fun is one thing, but also it's a craft, right? It's something that you work out. It's something that gets better each and every time that you do it. And the more you do it, the more you get better.
Right.
It's like anything else.
I hate that I don't like it when, this is going to be so silly. I don't like it when I'm not good at something immediately.
Oh,
I hate
yeah.
that I have to practice. I was like, why can't I just be good at the thing I want to be good at?
That's what I'm trying to, I battle with myself now. You know what I mean? Like that's but it's human nature. I feel
Right.
like I'd seen a video of Jose Velasquez, the Salvadorian comic, and he just had a special came out about 6 months ago or something like that. And he was talking about, I am an 18. He said it in his video, and he says, I'm an 18. Like this is an overnight success in 18 years or
Yes,
something
yes.
like that. He said.
Yeah.
I was like, that's okay. That's valid. I can believe that. But I think because of the culture that we're in now at this time, is everything is quick.
Right.
Instant gratification
I
we have
agree.
with
I agree.
social media, with everything. So when you're trying something new, doesn't happen right away.
Right.
Right.
And it's hard because when you see on social media, all you see are people being like, this worked out amazing for me. This is this opportunity. But
Right.
you don't see the work behind it.
Exactly. And how long have you been on YouTube for?
Oh, shit. 12 years.
Exactly. This isn't just within the last couple of months. This is half your life
Oh, you put that
on
I never
YouTube.
thought of it like that. You're right. It is half my life. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm getting old.
I'm like, wait till you get to your 30s.
This is a realization.
No, I'm becoming conscious. But dude, I feel like it's weird, and maybe you recognize this too. Is that sure you start out with like this love, but you watch that love and passion evolve over time, and
Yeah.
you see like you can literally like those YouTube videos. I don't do that anymore, but I now do Instagram Reels. If she has it up on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my side gig right now, besides YouTube and stand-up. Ta-da! I write music.
And we always have to be doing something. Like I feel like just creative people,
Right.
we want to keep doing things and doing different stuff. I think that's what's exciting is because we have the accessibility to do different things, like make videos.
Yeah.
Like you can make reels on Instagram.
I feel like if I'm not expressing myself creatively, I'll just explode, die. That's how it feels, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It feels so good finishing a project. It feels really good. Like even after an open mic or after writing a joke that you've been thinking about every
Oh yeah.
day until the open mic, and you go up on stage and you let off the first line and they start laughing and you're like, whoa, this is working. Okay.
I've never done drugs before ever, but I feel like it feels comparable to when a joke pops the first time you ever say it.
Oh yeah.
Like the euphoria I feel when a joke pops is so good. It's like when you saw me do that song, that was the first time I ever did that.
It was good.
Thanks.
Yeah. It was really good.
That gets me giddy. That gets me giddy.
That was a good night. That's the night that I forget the gentleman's name, but we got pictures of do you still have it right there?
There was
Amber?
an old guy there.
There's a yeah.
There's a lot of old guys there, but
The casket.
Oh, over here.
oh, bring it. I remember what he said. I have something silly to say about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but the mic that me and Gil met at, there was this older gentleman, and he was like, well, I'm probably gonna die soon, so I'm gonna start getting rid of all my stuff. I have these paintings if anyone wants them. They're for free.
He really sent that too.
Yeah, but they're cool. Show it up to the camera.
Chris, I'm trying to find his Instagram. That's the one that I got.
Oh, cool.
I also took one home, so
I'm trying to find his Instagram to plug him, because I remember when I got it, we had to do a podcast the next day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna shout him out, but I
dang,
forgot his thing. Do you remember his?
No, I only saw him that one time, unfortunately.
Oh man. Is it like Chris or something? Starts with a K, no? I don't know. We'll find it.
Yeah,
we'll find it tomorrow.
It's all right.
And do it. But yeah, awesome stuff. I think that was like the last night I was there.
Aw.
I think it was.
Oh, because you started doing the mic in Paramount on Wednesdays?
Yeah, we started doing a few things on Wednesdays, and then I was like, okay, we should do one out here. But yeah, me and Darby talk like every other week. I feel like it's every Thursday we have a chat, because I just chatted with him today on Instagram, and I tell him every time, dude, I fucking miss you guys.
Aww.
And
Gil, we miss you too. Dude, you gotta come back to the First Amendment.
Yeah, I was telling Darby, I was like, we have to do something where we do like a switcheroo, or we each host each other's mics or something.
Oh, that'd be so silly.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool concept, but we got to talk about it.
Just do a mic on a Tuesday one day so that we can both make, like, all of us can make it. I don't know.
Or something. Because I like the community, how it's like James was over there and you guys were hanging out with him and worked with him, and then him coming over here, like at least that way.
Yeah.
And
we sent
it was cool.
Way. We're like, get him, we don't. I mean, these are jokes. He's very kind.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else to say. But
but we got to get out of here. So Angie, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
That went by so fast.
Yeah. Please tell us where we can find you and what you got coming up. And we got to do this again.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know. I mean, I saw 100 goals here. I didn't know you could do repeats.
Yeah,
of course.
We could do whatever we want.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, okay. Find me _Angie on Instagram, _Angie on YouTube. Follow the Comedy Closet UCR for more of our stand-up. I'll plug them. I've got my open mic this Saturday, May the 4th, Aloha Pasta and Pizza by UCR. I wish I could plug a show, but... And thank you guys so much for having me. This was so cool. Thank you, Ever. Thank you, Gil. Yay! I hope you guys don't miss your
No, we're not.
We're going to be good. Yeah, we worked it out on time, but Angie, this was awesome. Literally, I'm not joking. We got to do this again.
Can we do one with Johnny Gold?
Yeah. Johnny, you up for it?
Yeah.
Your camera's right here. You invite him. Tell him I'm super
Johnny,
down.
Mr. Gold, please do a podcast with me and Gil. Although, I'll end on this. I told him I was going to be on here today, and he was like, well, I don't know if I can watch it all tomorrow. And I was like...
You're like, you know it's on YouTube, right?
Right.
You can watch it anytime.
Yeah, I know.
Does he watch it live? I don't know. Johnny, do you watch it live? That'd be cool.
Yeah, but
okay.
This is so fun. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No, but I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, you being here, the time change, everything. Go follow Angie. She's freaking amazing. And go check out whatever she's working on.
Oh, thank you, Gil.
Because I can assure you it's going to be great.
Oh, haha, yay!
That's right.
Thank you.
Of course. Go to The Mind Buzz on Instagram. Give us a follow. We are on Instagram and YouTube. Please subscribe at Mind Buzz Media on YouTube. Check us out. Peace.
Woo!
The Mind Buzz.
Yeah. That was